Hello friends, welcome back to Stan's Cutlery Universe, and today's going to be a fun day because we're going to take that 77 case folding hunter. We're going to get started. We're actually going to clean her up. I don't know how she's going to come out. I worked on it some already. Don't know how she's going to totally come out, but we're going to do that. I'm going to do it over at my bench. Don't have the best setup yet. My what I wanted to use is not fully charged, so I got to charge it, but I wanted to get this out. I've been fiending to do this knife, so let's do my normal where I show the knives that are going to be in my short videos today, and then we'll go over and start working on that. Does that sound good? Cool. Okay, first up, these are all from Chip Away Cutlery, is this beautiful dagger. Now, this is way bigger than a bench knife or a boot knife. Blade is, my hand span's a little over 9 inches. So blade's probably about 11, maybe 12. Grip feels really good in hand, got a lanyard hole. So really, really neat piece, sharpened on just one side. I thought it was sharpened on both. But by the time later on, it might be sharpened on both because I like it sharp everywhere. This one here, I think, is just absolutely beautiful. I showed the one that looked like it had eagle's head. This doesn't have that. But that blue bone and the design and the pack of wood, I believe that's a pack of wood in there with the brass. Then that distinctive, beautiful buoy shape with the fuller. Just an absolutely beautiful blade. Got the nice little working here, you know, kind of like a file work. Just a really beautiful blade there. We're really liking that one. Then we got this one here, which is, again, I've showed basically it's twin, but this is what's the W? Walnut handle. This was the twin to the big Grizz, but with walnut wood handles. Just absolutely beautiful. Look at that burl in that walnut. Tell me that's not beautiful. Again, Chip Away Cutlery. Made in Pakistan right there. But just a big, beautiful knife. Yeah, so let's jump over next door and let's see what we can do on this beautiful case knife of mine. See if we can actually make her beautiful. Be right back. Okay, we're over here now on my workbench. This isn't going to be recorded the way I really wanted to be recorded because what I wanted to use will not work on this. I bought this chintzy little grinder, and when you get it up to speed, it bounces everywhere. So let's just get cleaning out the gutters here. Love these crevice brushes I picked up. I told Pete I'd send him one. I think I gotta get that out in the mail. My memory's so bad. Yeah, and they're not looking too bad. They're not looking too shabby in there. A little bit more, but I really want to see what these blades are going to clean up like. So I think let's try to start with the secondary blade, see what we can get. Going to be using my Dremel tool, so this might be a little annoying. Hope not too bad. I'm going to start with this 80 grit. This might honestly not be enough. I might have to go put it on my little bench sander. I'm hoping that, but let's see what we can do here. Okay, so far we're doing okay. Probably going to end up speeding this up, but I'll try to do a little bit of talking. Yeah, this might be so bad of a blade that I might have to use the sander. And I really don't want to, but I might have to. I was just thinking, what am I doing differently? It's not working. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting in there. And I might not finish this today. I just finished one blade. I really want to finish it, but the reality is, depending on time, I started late because I recorded the Broncos-Bills game. The Bills lost, so I'm a little bummed. I mean, I'm not a huge Bills fan, but I'm more of a Bills fan than I am a Broncos fan. Used to be a Broncos fan until they cost me money going to the Super Bowl multiple years in a row and not making it. And losing, in my opinion, to lesser teams in those years. But that happens. You know, that happens. Get down in that nail groove. We just flick some stuff out of there. Interesting. Is this up all the way? Yeah, it is. I might have to get my bigger one out. A bigger buzzer here or a Dremel tool. Sometimes I just can't think of words. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to sound totally ignorant, but there's just some days that like I just can't think of the word. Now this little thing doesn't really produce enough heat to worry about it, so I'm not too worried about overheating this blade. Like a really fine knife, I might, you know, a really thin blade knife, I might be, but not this. Let's go down this spine, see what we can come up with. I want to be careful because this is supposedly an 80 grit wheel, so it can bite into that, into the handles pretty aggressively if we allow it to. Man, grass is cleaning up really nice. I should probably just focus on getting the blades cleaned up first. That's what I should do, really. Ooh, look at that rust come off in there. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you all can see the plume, but like I got like a plume of rust dust coming up right here. Sorry about hitting the camera. Sorry about that. Bolster should clean up really nice with this. Oh yeah. I knew the bolsters are going to be hot. And this is like the highest or lowest grit, lowest number, so it's pretty coarse. I can't wait till I polish it with finer stuff. This bolsters are going to look the cat's meow. And these little wheels are jeweler polishers. You use them for rings and bracelets and stuff like that. But I found, I forgot what channel it was. He owns a knife shop. This is what he does for his customers. He will use one of these to clean it up and make their knives look spick and span before they come and pick them up. Oops. Helps if you hit the right button. Okay. I think I might go to something a little bit more heavy duty than that. Let's see if it'll get in there a little bit better. These are just the regular little sanding discs. Oops, don't hit that one, that's the power. Let's see if this gets in there a little better. Yeah, all this heavy rust, I had to just step it up a level. Okay, that's working halfway decent. I don't think I'm going to get this blade looking perfect by any means. But if I can get it looking better, that's all I really care about. Try and get this knife nice and cleaned up. Now this can create a little bit of heat if you're not careful, so you don't want to get too crazy with these. So now I'm going to move down, you know, work on the springs, the back springs and stuff, so that the blade can cool off a little bit. And I'm not, yeah, it's not even hot, it's not even warm to the touch, but I don't want to take no chances, you know, of damaging a blade just to try and hurry things along, you know, because once you damage them, take the temper out, the temper's gone, unless you retemper it, and it's not so easy to do on a knife, folding knife that's put together. I mean, you can do it, but it's a lot of effort. Okay, this is working halfway decently. Glad I decided to go with this. These are definitely a little more catchy. They catch on everything a little better, a little worse, however you want to look at it. I should maybe be using my my grinder, not grinder, but a tool that is more suited for this, my bigger Dremel. This is just a little mini thing. In fact, you know what? How brave do I want to be? I really want to make this blade look better. Do I want to get my little sander, or do I just want to hand sand it? Man, Belt sander will clean it up fast. Or even this little turkey butt thing over here, my little grinder that bounces everywhere, will clean it up fast. But I don't know. This thing just bounces everywhere. I got to mount it better somehow. I don't know what I want to do here. Sorry, I'm not trying to be ignorant. I know this is horrible videography because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. You know what? I think, ouch, son of a gun. Sorry about that. I just kicked something behind me and then ended up kicking the camera. I'm sorry. I'm going to use my bigger Dremel. This one's not so friendly to the ears. I apologize about that. That's why I got that little one. It's not quite as atrocious to the ear holes, you know. And you can enjoy a video instead of listening to that, you know. But I think you guys are going to have to listen to a little if you want to see how she turns out. Trying to find my plug-in over here. First time using my bench now in a long while. I've lost where the plugs are and everything. I wonder, should I maybe get like a grinder wheel out maybe? Really get into it? Or is that just asking for troubles, folks? What do you think? Like maybe the sanding? You know what? I think I'm going to try the sanding. Oh, I forgot. I got to get the wrench out of here for it. Come on. There we go. This is really difficult. Got to step around everything. But you know what? I want to do this. I want to get her cleaned up. I might regret doing this. I already have a bad feeling. But we'll see what happens. This might be the way to go. Either that or you're going to see a grown man cry here. One of the three. Yeah, and this is this. Okay, I'm going to go up to 3 here. This is probably going to be noisy. Wow. It worked, but that was way more aggressive than I wanted to be. Ooh, my butthole's puckered right up on that one. Holy cow. I don't apologize for sharing that. I did not like that at all, but it got the stuff broken through. But man, that was scary. At least it was to me, because I don't want to ruin this nice knife, you know. I think I did okay there. What am I going after? Put the 80 grit back in, and let's see what we can do with this little 80 gritter here. See if we can get her cleaned up to where it's good enough to say that, you know, it's an old knife and that's just what we're gonna have to live with. Yeah, it's definitely got some pitting. Definitely gonna need to be resharpened after all this heavy blade work. Boy, this is really hard to do with the angle I'm at on here, because I'm like hovering over the camera, but I'm enjoying this because I want to share it. Even though it's killing my bat, I want to share this because I really wanted to show y'all how nicely this cleans up. Still going to be basically putting lipstick on a pig. This blade is so hidden. You know, and what I mean by that, if you don't know that old adage, is you can only make something that's damaged look so good. You know. But we're going to try. We're going to see what we can do. But man, already so far compared to what it was, is looking better. But ooh, yeah, I got to stop on the blade for a minute. It's getting a little heat in there because I don't want to damage the blade. You know, it's not hot, but it's not where I'm comfortable to continue going at this moment on the blade. So I'll work on the back spring. I don't want to hit that wood handle too often with the metal, make it look like crap. Ooh, there's what I needed to do right there. Yeah. Now I figured out what I gotta do. That's probably annoying as heck though, having to listen to that thing. But man, that's already looking considerably better. Should I finish up the one blade and then do the other blade not on camera? What do you all think? Because I really want to know. I know you can't answer me. I hate when I do that. I'm like, what do y'all think? Tell me. I want to know. Well, I think I'm just going to keep going on this one blade and see what I can get. You know, see how nice I can get it. If it's worth it. If it comes out pretty good, maybe we'll bump up and I'll do the next blade. Going up to the 120 now. Sorry about all this noise. I know it's probably not good on your guys' ears, but it's all I can do right now. Ooh, I started the bolster, dang it. So you gotta be so careful. Go down the back spring here. like using this big one on the bolster because it's just too powerful even on one. And then you do that, what I just did there. Okay, I'm not doing it on the bolsters with that one. I'm just not doing the bolsters with that one. It's just too easy to damage the bolsters. Let's move to the next level. Sounds like my wife is getting ready to go to work. We'll jump up to the 220 range now. I'm learning some things I got to do down here in my shop to make it better for filming and better for me. Because right now this is not the most user-friendly setup, you know, but good, no heat at all. Oh, I forget the wild pumps come on, sorry about that. Guess it doesn't matter over this. I think Mama Bear's getting a shower before she goes to work. You know, I don't want to be stinky for your work colleagues. At least I never did. Even though some days I would consider if I knew certain people are coming in, because I just didn't really want to be around them that much. I knew if I smelled, they'd maybe leave. Is that wrong of me? I'm joking. Yeah, this blade ain't going to be nothing to write home about from the damage it's had. But compared to what it started out life as, she's getting pretty good. Wonder if I should get over to the main blade too. That one didn't have as much damage to it. See if we can get the main blade going. Maybe that's a good idea. See if I can start with where I'm at right now. Might just have to do the same procedure I did with that other one with the secondary the blade there. Well, I don't know. This one's cleaning up halfway decent. You know, this main blade wasn't nearly the but the, you know, flip point blade wasn't nearly as bad as the secondary. Still bad, but not nearly as bad. Yeah, she's cleaning up right handily. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have to go quite as crazy on this blade as I did on the secondary. The main blade's looking like it's going to clean up halfway decent. Which is nice, you know, you want to have a knife that looks halfway decent. I mean, especially considering how much I paid for this thing. I mean, I paid $76 for it. And I'm beginning to think I might have overpaid some. And when you watch this, this might sound like because I'll probably fast forward through this part. But I thought y'all might want to just kind of get an idea of how things are coming along. If that makes sense. Okay, I think I'm going to switch back to my other one that is not quite as noisy and as bad on the ears, because now it's more, in my opinion, we're down to more finishing work, and then it won't be as nasty on your all's ears, because I know I don't mind watching videos like this, but it bums me out when, you know, it just, I don't know what the right word is. It seems like these little things are so nasty sounding on what am I trying to say? On videos, you know? These Dremels just sound so bad on videos. Thought I'd do another quick touch up with this because this blade hasn't gotten it. Poor little thing doesn't even really have the power for this. But I thought, what the heck, you know? Get in there a little bit better. Yeah, that's about the only thing I dislike on cleaning videos is the noise of the Dremels and stuff. And I know they're needed, so don't take me wrong. Don't take me like I'm trying to complain about it. I'm just making a comment. But that's why I sometimes struggle to watch cleaning videos all the way through if somebody uses a Dremel. Because man, these little things are annoying. But hopefully it's not so bad now as this. Don't know how far I'll go on this video. I just wanted to get it cleaned up nicely, you know, so that I could share it with y'all. Then I might go over to and sit down and do talk a little bit about stuff. And oh, I went through my dad's old Foot Locker yesterday, finally finished it off. I got some cool pictures from like when he was in airborne training and stuff. I didn't see any of him, but I think they're like those propaganda pictures, you know, that like the Army uses and stuff to, hey, isn't this what you want to be? You know, the Marine Corps does it too, all branches do, you know, but it's pretty cool because it's all from like the 1940s, you know, so it's really neat to look, and I always look to see if maybe my dad was in there somewhere. Also found my dad's old passport to when he traveled to, look like Sweden with my oldest brother. My brother was in the passport photo with him because back in the day, if it was a minor, you just had to have them in the photo with you to show that, you know, hey, this is my son. I'm not some weird pervert, you know, that kidnapped him or something, you know. So yeah, just interesting how things have changed, because I believe now even a kid has to have a passport or travel papers or something like that to go outside, go to other countries. Okay, I'm going to pull out the secondary blade and get a little bit more on that, because I'm, you know, a little bit thinner, or not thinner, but a little bit less coarse wheel here. Oh man, this is actually going to pretty up okay, I think. Probably gonna, I know it's going to be duller than dull when I'm done. I'm going to have to sharpen it good. Probably won't show that. I mean, it's just sharpening. I just use stones, and heck, on this one I might even get out my angle sharpener and really put just a scorching edge on it. But I do pretty good even with my stones. I'm not going to lie though, I'm pretty sure I get a little bit better with you know, the angle, the set angle setup. And I really scarred that bolster right there. I didn't mean to. Now this one here should not dig into the wood. Ooh, it might. I'm gonna pull out the main blade so I can get to the top part of that bolster there. And I can get in here and get the kick areas a little better. I can also get this brass in here. Maybe I should get right in those channels and see if I can clean anything up. Get that emblem or shield, whatever you want to call it. Get that shit to the bolsters. Okay, we're getting there slowly but surely, folks. Slowly but surely. How long have I been? Oh, we're already 27 minutes. Well, you know, it seems like people enjoy these type of videos, so I'm gonna just let it go. Keep going and keep cleaning. That was the 400 grit. We'll bounce to the 600 grit. I'll do the outer parts first because it's already opened. Yeah, this is where you really start seeing where it's going to start really turning this into a spectacular piece now. When you get to these higher numbered, which is less coarse. You know, because with sandpaper or any of these, the lower the number, the more coarse it is. It's kind of like a shotgun, a gauge. You know, a 20 gauge is a smaller round diameter than a 12 gauge and stuff like that. It's kind of interesting how it all works. Oh, that's interesting what just happened there. Never seen that happen before. Did you see how it just like mustied up everything? Interesting. That's something I'm going to have to probably just need to wipe the knife down. It's probably getting, you know what I mean, just everything under the sun on it. I think when I'm done with these bolsters, that's what I'll do, is I'll wipe it down real quick. Oh, that was stupid. I hit the bolster too hard. Did not mean to do that. Ooh, man, there's a lot of right there on the center spring. Right there is where I got all that rust out earlier. Let's give her a wipe down real fast. I'm just taking it back off screen here for two reasons. One, to stretch my back, and two, it's easier to wipe it down back here. Man, she's coming right along. I see one spot I got to work on considerably more, but she's coming along. I think I will do the secondary blade first with this grit, and I'll go to the main blade. Now, when you're doing these, you want to try and do slightly different angles than what you did before. It's like roughly 45 degrees off, because then you don't get like a grind pattern when you're polishing, if that makes sense. And I'm not always perfect at remembering which way I was going, but I try my best to do it. It's a little harder to do up here on the, you know, on the tang and stuff. But you just do the best you can, you know. This isn't rocket science. This is just fun, just cleaning stuff up. Seeing if you can bring something that, well, this one costs more than I should have probably paid if I would have realized how bad the blades were. You know what? I need to stop beating myself up on that. Just clean her up. It's what I have. Clean her up and love her, right? That's what I think I'm going to do. Okay, I already did the bolsters, so I'll close that up. Man, it's getting a lot of grit in there. You can hear that when you close it. Let's get over here. You can really see the tang stamp now. Oh man, just thinking of all the stuff, how cold it is out and all the stuff I gotta do outside. Gotta do a driveway and stuff. But, oh, I found these rechargeable hand warmers that I've tried out twice out there. So far they're pretty good. I have one big flaw. They'll just turn up on you, so all of a sudden like your hands are just baking. And I got to figure out how to stop that when you throw them in your gloves. I got to figure out a way to stop it from doing that. Don't know if I'm going to be able to or not, but did I already do the bolsters? I can't remember. I think I did, but it never hurts to do them again. Spring is really starting to clean up pretty nicely. We're almost down to the polishing stage, because I only go so far. I mean, I like them to look really good, but there's a point of what do you want to call it? No return. That was the 600. This will be 1,000. There's a point of no return to where it's not really worth doing anymore. You're not going to get anything more out of it, if that makes sense. This is the 1,000. You can hear how fine that is. The difference it makes, because it's so fine. Like I said, I don't remember what angle I was on before when I was doing the main blade. So, yeah. Got a bug or something in my head. Being bald, that's one disadvantage. Anything lands on your head, and it's like you feel it instantly. And because of the nerve damage I have, believe it or not, on my left side of my head on the back, it feels like something's crawling there all the time, which is really discerning sometimes. especially when you're out in the woods and stuff. Disconcerting. Don't know what word I'm looking for. Oops! Helps if you shut it off before you set it down. Let's do the bolsters and everything else, and then I'll do the secondary blade. Yeah, like I said, here's where you're really going to see her start stiffing up. If I could stop skipping off and damaging, hitting that. Oh, I know what I did now. I got stuff off the pivot point. That's what was putting on there from the lube. I didn't even think about that. That's funny. I hope this has been enjoyable. I just haven't wasted 33 minutes of everybody's time. Didn't waste my time because I'm getting something done, but you know, I know you all have things you could be doing. And I know that sitting here watching a big dorky guy, oh, I hate that because that gets that little metal piece there, and that just creates that little screw when it hits that just creates more work because it shouldn't be hitting it, you know what I mean? Okay, I did the primary, so I got to do the secondary blade now. Okay. Then it's probably going to be a wipe down and just buffer out and see what we got. I might do that sitting down over there in the normal area because, man, my bass is barking. It is a barking. It's going, and I'm going, yeah, I hear you. Ooh, that was stupid. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry about bumping the camera there. At least I think I did. Okay, I think I'm going to put a buffing pad on it and just buffer out real quick, and then I'll go sit down and we'll talk a little bit and see what we think of this. Can I just use that one? I don't like that bit there. Throw this back in here. Use this one. Oh, come on, get in there. Come on, there we go. Okay, where's my flits? Where is my stuff? I'm so well prepared for this job today. Oops. That's my knife toolbox. Going to use the Blue Magic. Okay, see what we end up with. This little one's almost not powerful enough to do it because it just doesn't have the engine or motor for it. But it'll be good enough for right now. I'll do a little bit better job in a little bit, and then I got to put it in the ultrasonic and then put it in the mineral oil. But you are not going to see that. I'll do that all. See, it gets overheated. I'll do that all in my, and not really share it, just put more Blue Magic everywhere because this stuff out here can go on the wood, can go on literally everything out here. So then, like I said, I think I'm just going to go sit down. We'll talk a little bit. If any of you all have any better ideas on how to do this type of cleanup, especially on something that is to this level of damage, you know, which I know there are way better ways than what, oh, that's what I didn't want to do, is hit that. When you hear that, that's the metal piece, the metal auger hitting the bolster, and it will scratch it. So I don't like doing that, and I try not to, but I'm human, and it happens. Oh! Need to calm down. I'm not in a rush. Even though my back is hurting, do not be in a rush, because that's when you screw things up and you make dumb mistakes. Get the primary blade out. Okay. I'll open the secondary and we'll get down in there and the brass on top of the channels. And then I'm going to go over and sit down and I'm going to talk to y'all. And like I said, we'll look at the knife as I finish cleaning it up a little bit more. And I'll get your guys' ideas and talk and let y'all tell me what you think. Did I do okay? Did I pay way too much? I'll be honest with you. Right now I'm feeling like I might have paid too much for this piece, but I'm not done with it. Just I'm done with it for this video, if that makes sense. You know, I still have more I want to do. Just this video's already 38 minutes, probably more than that with my intro piece. So this video's probably going to be a 40-minute, or yeah, I wanted to get up here with the polish and everything. So, okay, I think we're done on this side of the building. I will set this knife, wipe this knife down, and set it up to where you can see what she looks like now. Then when I come back, you'll see me where I normally am in my chair, and we'll talk a little bit. Oh, I forgot to get the springs. Got to get the springs. I knew I was forgetting something. Okay, I got to get a wire brush or something on this to do that. Doggone it, I knew I'd forgotten something. That's a little bit of a wire. I knew I'd forgotten something. Yeah, doing good enough. Okay, there we go. So, what do y'all think? Did I do okay? You know, to this level, I mean, like I said, I'm still gonna go do more. We'll talk, but what do you think? Is it looking okay? Well, be right back. Alrighty, we're back from next door, and just had to get all the dust and stuff out of my schnozzinator there. Man, I had stuff up there that was just not nice. But here's what it looks like coming from back from next door. I'm going to take a minute, and I'm going to put a little oil on some steel wool and go over the handle here. Put it on a rag so it's not directly into my, and I'm just using browning oil. So it's not directly into my hand. And I'm really hoping that the very fine steel wool and the oil will together just, you know, penetrate that wood a little bit, because, you know, browning oil is used for browning firearms. Is browning firearms still a manufacturer anymore? That's sad if they're not, but they might not be. And I'm really hoping that maybe it'll just help it some. If this doesn't help it, I have a chemical compound that I made up, a wax and oil to do leather book bindings that I think might work good with the combination it is. I'll try that after this goes into the, what am I trying to say? The ultrasonic, which I'm not going to have you all listen and watch the ultrasonic. I will just show you this part, and then like tomorrow I'll show she comes out of the ultrasonic and the mineral oil and stuff and everything. The reason you put her in the mineral oil after you're done in the ultrasonic is any place that's got water left in it cleans it out. Okay, let's see what we got. See if she's spiffed up any at all. Yeah, a little bit. Still really dull and wet. I think it just needs some moisture, and it probably didn't help that I, you know, did run those little wheels on it, but I thought that would really help it. Gotta admit, the back spring's cleaned up pretty good. Let's do the primary blade. I'm gonna do the same thing, just some oil, and on the rag, and on the steel wool, just to give it a little, I know I already buffed it, but sometimes I honestly think steel wool just has like some magical properties. I've noticed it even on like doing woodworking, when you do between coats of stains and stuff, and sealers, that man, steel wool can just, it's amazing what it can do. You know, you wouldn't put oil on it then, of course, because, you know, you've got a stain and stuff. But here's the main blade. Not too bad. I want to work on this spring. Totally forgot about them when I was over there until the very end. So I'm going to use my little nail nick tool here. Just kind of get in there and see what I can get off. I got a good amount off, but never hurts since you're here to see if maybe you can get a smidge more, you know. Okay, let's go to secondary blade. And man, this thing is loaded up with cleaning compound right now. You can feel it in the when you open it. If you could feel it, I wish they had like feel-o-vision. You'd be like, oh my gosh, Stan, that thing is gritty as heck. And I'd be like, yes sir, yes ma'am, it is. And it's because of all the cleaning compounds and the dust and everything. And that's another thing too. I should have used a better working, I just did the spring, better working conditions or safety conditions. What I mean by that is not so much for like my hands and stuff, because that's not a big deal with the equipment I was using, but for like my breathing, because man, when I got over here, I realized I had to blow my nose, and yeah, I'm not gonna tell you what came out. It was brown. Yeah, I told you anyways, didn't I? You're like, dude, you said you weren't gonna tell us, but then you do. What the heck is wrong with you? I just look at you and go, I don't know. Man. Well, you can see the tank stamp really nicely now. How about the markings? Ooh, man, you can see them right there, but they're very, from other people cleaning up and then me on top of it. You know, didn't help it none, that's for sure. Should I sharpen this right now? Man, I don't like the way it looks yet. I don't know what, I mean, it looks okay, but I just want it to be better, you know. Maybe I'll throw a little silicone spray on it. I don't know even why I'm doing this, because I'm going to be taking it up, putting in the ultrasonic, and then, you know, putting in mineral oil. But I just want this thing I just want it to be beautiful, you know. And I know I'm probably not going to get that because of the fact of the condition it was in when I got it. You know, it's one of those that you look after you get it in hand, you're like, oh, they didn't lie, but it didn't look quite that bad when you were looking at it. That's one of the bad things about ordering off eBay. eBay is a great thing when it's utilized properly. And what I mean by that is you pay very close attention. You look at everything and then re-look at everything and then re-look at everything, if that makes sense. And I'm not complaining really. You know, the seller didn't do anything shady. They graded this as a D. You know, heavy use, heavy this, heavy that. They did not hide anything. It's just, I didn't think that blades were quite as damaged as they are. And that's really sad for a 77. I mean, it's 5 years younger than me. You know, I'm going to be 54 this year. So this thing's, you know, only 49 years old. I think my wife's down here now getting ready to terrorize me with the wash machine. So going to spin cycle and freak me out, and I want to take a knife after it. Well, you know what? She's not perfect. The knife ain't, you know. It's like me. It's not perfect, but it's what we got. So tell me, what do y'all think? Did I do okay? I had to get a drink. Did I do okay with it? You know, do you think it looks okay? And it's still going to spiff up a little bit more. You know, it's going to get buffed, and it's going to get sharpened really well. It's going to go through the ultrasonic to get all the grime out of it. But overall, what do you think? Did I do good? Probably in a day or two, I'll show the end results when it's done with the ultrasonic and everything. And just, the ultrasonic doesn't take long, but setting in the mineral oil does. I like to set them overnight, really let the oils get in there and do its job, get all the moisture out. But hey, let me know what y'all think. Did I do okay? I hope y'all think I did. I mean, if you think I didn't, that's okay too. You know, we're all entitled to our own opinions. Well, with that being said, I'm going to let y'all go. Thank you for joining me. Live long, prosper, and collect your own way.